to my channel. So in today's video I thought I would film a Drugstore Dupes products for higher end makeup. Now one of my amazing subscribers actually commented this as a video idea I think 1 or 2 videos ago, and it really stuck to me because it brought me back to when I first started my channel. It was all about beauty and makeup, and it was very much based on affordability and drugstore and things like that. So I thought, you know what, it's actually a really good idea because I use a mixture of products now, and a lot of the time I do think, why did I just buy that when I could have just bought the £5 version? So I just wanted to show you this video that you don't need to go out there and spend so much money on high-end makeup when drugstore have basically exactly the same thing. I've heard a lot of stories that they're actually made in the same factory and things like that, so it's one of those things. Of course I think it is really lovely sometimes to buy yourself or get someone to buy you a luxury product. For example, Bradley bought me a Dior powder for Christmas and a Chanel lipstick, and I was just like, oh my god, I love it so much, but at the same time I'm like, I don't want to use it because they're so nice. So it's one of those, but to be honest, I feel like it's the label sometimes that is a bit better than the actual product itself. It looks pretty on a dressing table. So yeah, these are just some products that I personally think are dupes. Oh my god, can you hear that wind outside? There's another storm going on outside, and I feel like British people always talk about the weather, okay? We're just so hot in the weather all the time. But at the moment, we're not used to like this wind and storm and things like that. So I feel like my wheelie bin's just all over the place outside. So I hope you can't hear the wind too much in the video. It's actually so noisy, so noisy. And all the windows just shut and everything, so anyway. But yeah, I just thought it would be a good idea to share with you guys this video, and obviously one of my amazing subscribers did say that I should film it, and I thought that's such an amazing idea because a lot of the time when I'm doing my makeup I'm like, why am I not using this palette, or why am I not using this palette? And sometimes I do use more of the drugstore stuff than the higher end because I'm like, why do I need to spend this much? It's just one of those things. So yes, I thought I'd show you guys some of my favourite products that I personally think are dupes. I haven't gone on to any website. I haven't watched anyone else's video about this, so someone else's video could have all the products that I've said in this video. I haven't copied anyone. This is literally just my personal preference of products. So yes, without further ado, if you want to see my drugstore makeup, which I think are amazing dupes for higher end makeup, then please keep watching. I was going to pick like each item of every step of my makeup, but a lot of stuff I use, for example my moisturiser, that's from supermarket or drugstore, so I thought, oh, there's no point changing that because I use that every day anyway. And then there's some stuff like, for example, my brow pencil, I don't actually use or have a drugstore version of it because I love that one so much, and I haven't found a drugstore one yet that compares to that. But I haven't mentioned anything in this video if you guys think are amazing dupes, then write them in the comments below so everyone can see them, because I love that we're just such a lovely community and we can just share things like that. So yeah, so anyway, I'm not going to do it like a full face of makeup. I'm just picking bits and bobs out which really stand out to me that I think, why don't I use this instead of this? So yeah. Anyway, the first products that I wanted to share with you, I'll start off with the high end and then we can move on to the drugstore after. So these are my 2 go-to foundations at the moment, and so I've been using the MAC Studio Fix Fluid in the shade NC30, and then I always use the NARS, what's this one called? Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation in the shade Barcelona. So I tend to mix these two a lot of the time. I personally like a fuller coverage, especially in the colder months, because I feel like I need the extra coverage. Summertime, I love a tinted moisturiser or just a light to medium coverage foundation because you have a tan. You want to show your amazing tan and your freckles, but for this time of year, I personally like a thicker consistency foundation. So these two are always my go-to for higher end. However, the drugstore version or Primark version, I personally think is this. So this is their My Perfect Colour collection. It's from that collection. This is the double coverage matte foundation in the shade almond, however you want to say that. Basically this is only £5, okay? £5 for this foundation. I don't know all the prices, by the way. I probably should have looked at them up before. What I'll do is I'll leave links in the description box down below with the prices next to it, so you can see each of the products and the prices in the description box. I probably should have written that down before. How annoying. But just look there if you want to know the prices. I know these are around £30 odd, and this is obviously £5. So I think these are literally the same, like the same. So what I'll do, I'll use the NARS because, so I'll pop the NARS on my hand for you guys here. I haven't matched the colour properly yet because I ran out of my other Primark one, which was my actual shade. So this was the older one I used, which is darker. So yeah, don't mind the shade. But the lighter one is from NARS and then the darker one is the Primark one. But as you can see, the actual consistency and the coverage is so similar. It's crazy. I feel like it's hard to tell because of the colour. If anything, the Primark one is full of coverage. It is crazy. The only thing, and I wish it as well with the MAC, is it had a pump. I think you can buy them separately, but I haven't seen it in Primark yet. So yeah, I wish you could buy a pump because it's annoying when you go like this and then loads of product comes out and you're like, no. But yeah, the consistency and the coverage is near enough exactly the same. And I literally tend to use those 3 foundations all the time. A lot of the time when I actually want a fuller coverage, I'll go for the Primark one because it is that much thicker. Primark do a massive range of makeup now, which is so amazing. So you guys definitely need to check it out because it's just incredible and the actual quality of it has improved so much. So yeah, so the next product that I wanted to share with you guys is this. So this is probably my favourite palette of all time. This is the Huda Beauty New Nude palette. I've actually got 2. I got sent the first one and then I bought the second one because I was just obsessed with it. Like, it's just my all-time favourite colours, which is weird because I remember when I first got it, I was a bit scared of pinks. I wouldn't really go towards pinks. I was always more of a bronzy, brown, sort of shimmery kind of gal on my eyes. Never really pink, but I feel like this palette really changed my opinion on that. So this is what it looks like. I will show you guys up close. I think this retails for £56, something like that, I think. Anyway, I think, I can't, it might be like 46, I can't remember. I feel like it's around £50. Again, it will be linked down below so you guys can check out the price because I'm not going to say something and you like, no, you've said the wrong price, so just check there. But anyway, so you can see how amazing that is. To be fair, it's really heavy. The mirror is incredible and the colours are just beautiful. So this is the Huda Beauty one. And then I've had this for a while, so, oh god. This is the W7 Socialite. Is that how you say it? I think that's how you say it. Socialite? I feel like I'm saying that wrong. This is the Indulgent multi-textured, I can't talk, pressed pigment palette. And it looks like this, which is basically exactly the same. The only thing is I took it on holiday with me and the mirror cracked, as you can see. So don't mind the mirror. As you can see, the quality is definitely better on the Huda one. But I mean, this is just crazy. I'll show you guys up close. I've actually mentioned this before on my channel, so if you're new, then this, I've always sort of spoken about this as a dupe. If anything, I prefer the mattes on this one, but the shimmers on this one are insane. Honestly, they're really, really, really good. This I think is around £10 to £15, from what I remember buying it ages ago. So yeah, the colours are very similar. Like, I'll swatch some for you now. So yeah, and the layout is the same as well. They've also got the concealer here, which is crazy. I feel like I need to swatch. They're just like, I don't understand. I just don't understand. So those are the 3 shimmers from the W7 palette. And then I'll swatch those exact shimmers on the Huda one on my other hand. It is so crazy. I feel like you can tell slightly whose is whose, but at the same time, it's so similar. So I've basically swatched the same shades on each of the palettes. So yeah, you can get a gist of it there. It's just, the quality is just insane on both of them. I would say the powders don't go as patchy on the Huda one, but it's not something you can easily sort of take a bit longer to blend. It's that sort of thing. So yeah, so I'm just wiping it off my hands. So yeah, if you want to get the Huda Beauty New Nude palette for a fraction of the price, this is your go-to palette. And I know everyone who's bought this palette when I promoted it before has been like, oh my god, it's actually exactly the same and it actually works really well. So yeah, it just shows that you don't need to go out and spend a lot of money, even though I did recently and I bought another one. But yeah, I just sort of forgot about the W7, but again, the matte shades don't go as patchy, but like I said, you can spend a little bit longer just to blend. I feel like I'm doing this in the weirdest order, but I'm just basically picking up products that I've got them all laid out in front of me, so I'm just like, right, you can go next, you can go next. The next product that I wanted to talk to you guys about is the Born This Way concealer from Too Faced. I'm sorry, I've got eyeshadow all over my hand there. This is in the shade Light Beige. Now, this is an insane concealer. The brush looks like this. I use it near enough every day. I feel like I always mix my makeups together, like always. So I use this and also this one. So this is the L'Oreal Infallible Concealer, and it looks like this. So as you can see, I don't know why I closed this one up. They are so similar. Like the brushes, I know the pots are different sizes, but the application of the brushes are very similar, and the consistency is also really similar as well. Obviously the L'Oreal one is the one that's a little bit darker on this side, but as you can see, the consistency, I haven't like overdone it or anything like that. I've just done one little stroke on each, so it's crazy. Like it's really crazy just to compare and just think you don't need to go out and spend so much money. So yeah, these are the two concealers I always go for. They're very similar, they have the same consistency, and the colours are slightly different only because they're the only colours I've got in them, but you could easily go out and find exactly the same shade. You can just go to the store and buy the same shade. So yeah, I just think these are so good. And I highly recommend. And the L'Oreal was in the shade Amber, if you are wondering. The next product I wanted to talk to you guys about, I feel like a lot of you are going to appreciate my next dupe, and it is the iconic London Illuminator drops in the shade Original. I use these basically every day. I've got them on now, and to be honest, I think these are around £30. I do think they're worth their money because of, one, how long they last. Like I've worked with Iconic previous years before, ages ago, and I've still got the products that they sent me then. They last so long. You need the tiniest bit because of how pigmented they are. A little goes a long way, and the colours are just amazing. So I think they have 4 different illuminators, if I'm right. Last time I checked, they could have more. So yeah, I love this so much, but I know £30 is a lot just to spend on illuminators. So the dupe I have for this is the Revolution Liquid Highlighter. Now it's got the pipette here, which is basically the same as the Iconic one. The packaging is obviously different, but it's got the same sort of lid part here, as you can see, just different colours. It's just the bottle shape is different. And then I'll pop this one on as well, and then you can see the difference. So this one is the Revolution and this one is the Iconic. There isn't that much difference when you actually put it on your hand and you're like, right, okay. The Iconic one, I think personally, is a little bit more pigmented in the sense that you can see the sparkles even without any light on, but my camera cut off then. But the Revolution one is still incredible. Like the actual colour of them are insane, like really lovely. So yeah, it just shows that you don't need to go out and spend loads of money. It's just if you want that a little bit more luxury. But yeah, these are so good. The next product that I wanted to share with you are powders. Now I've actually got 4 that I wanted to show you. I've got 2 Highend and 2 Drugstore, but the first 2 are the ones that I always like to put underneath my eye when I do concealer, and then I've got one that's a bit more like fuller coverage for your face. So I'm going to talk about the Highend one first. So this is a powder from Dior. I'm sure you can guess by the incredible packaging. This is their Dior Skin Mineral Nude Matte Powder in the shade 02. So it looks like this, and then it's got the nude, what it did before I used it. It had the nude writing on, like the logo here. And Bradley got me this for Christmas. It's actually so lovely, and I never like to use it because of how precious it is, and it's a lovely powder. So this is what this is. This is this basically. And then I was rummaging through my drawers the other day and I thought, oh my god, these two are actually really similar. And this is the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder in the shade Transparent. Now I know the colours of these aren't exactly the same. This one, it has got more of a yellow undertone and this one's a bit more pinky. Obviously they have this in so many different shades as well as this, so you can go out and buy the same shades of them, so they do look identical. But in terms of consistency and the formula, by just going around with my finger, feel very similar. The Dior one does feel a bit softer, and the Rimmel. The Rimmel one feels a little bit more crumbly, if that makes sense. But if anything, the Rimmel one feels more pigmented, which is the one in the middle. Do you see what I mean? So this one, it's hard to explain. Like, it is softer, the Dior one, but if anything, this one is more pigmented. Sorry, I'm trying to get my words out. So yeah, it just goes to show you don't need to, again, to spend all this money, and these are so similar, and I feel like these are literally dupes. I could use one on one arm, one the other, and you probably wouldn't even tell the difference. So yeah, it's just nice to feel them. They just, yeah, they just feel so similar. So yeah. Although this has got the most amazing packaging, so I'm not gonna lie, I do kind of feel like this is worth the money in the sense that it's nice on your dressing table just to buy for the one time, but I will continue buying this one because I go through it all the time and yeah, I love it. So the next powders I was talking to you guys about, the first one is this. So I've actually got this on my face right now. This is the Hello Happy powder by Benefit. It looks like this. Now they used to have a powder called Hello, was it Hello Flawless? It was something Flawless. I'm sure it's Hello Flawless or, oh, I can't remember. I think that's it. But I think it's discontinued now, I'm sure. Last time I went on their site, it literally said out of stock, out of stock, out of stock. And then I'm sure I saw it said discontinued, but then I don't know if they're bringing it back. I'm not sure. So I've been using this one and it's just incredible. It's such a lovely powder. It's just so nice. It's buildable. The coverage is insane. I never get smile lines or anything like that. It's just amazing. And then I couldn't find it the other day and I was thinking, oh, what do I use? So I rummaged through my drawers back there and I found this. And this is the Bourjois Healthy Mix Powder in the shade 02, which is the shade light beige. Looks like this, and then underneath it's got the powder puff thing as well as the other one. And I know the colours look completely different, but this one oxidizes like you wouldn't believe. It looks this colour. You put it on your face and I swear to God it goes this colour. So when you buy this, just bear in mind it does oxidize, which means the more you blend, the more oxygen gets to it, the darker it gets. So yeah, I remember when I used this for the first time I was thinking, oh, this is going to be way too light, and then I put it on and I was like, wait, what? How does that happen? But anyway, the coverage is very similar. They're insane powders. I just can't use this in the winter because honestly, I don't know what happens to it. Like, I'll swatch it. It just looks completely different. It's so bizarre. I don't understand how that happens. How? But yeah, the actual coverage of them is really good. They're very similar. They're easy to apply. They never go patchy and they just keep your face looking flawless all day. So I definitely think that these two are perfect dupes for each other, and obviously this one is a fraction of the price. Okay, last but not least, oh, I've got two more things to show you. Okay, so for lipstick, I have been using the Charlotte Tilbury lipstick in the shade Kim KW, which I'm sure she made for Kim or with Kim, I don't really know. But I've been using it all the time at the moment and it's on my lips now and it's just so lovely. It's so weird because it swatches so different on my hand to what it looks like on. I do use a lip liner, but I feel like it goes a lot lighter on my lips. It's so weird. When I first got it, I was thinking, oh my God, this is so pink, but it's so different on your lips. I don't know. So weird. So yeah, this is really expensive, but the packaging is beautiful and it just feels luxury, like it's got that feel to it. And then I was shopping on, I think it was Savers the other day, and I picked this up, and this is the Rimmel Kate Moss lipstick in the shade 40. Looks like this. Right, these are very similar shades, but when they're on, they're literally like identical. So this is the Kate Moss one and this is the Charlotte Tilbury one, and they're just insane. I wear them all the time together and I forget which one's what, and it's the sort of thing that, okay, my camera overheated again, I don't know what's going on with it today, but it's the sort of thing where I just keep them in my bag when I'm out and about, in my makeup bag, and I just go for either of these. Like, it doesn't matter what one I go for, it can be either of these because they are so similar. The Kate one is slightly lighter in a way. It's got more of a different undertone to it, so yeah, I just think these are so different. But I wear these together a lot and I also wear these by themselves a lot as well, so I do think these are very similar, and the consistencies, as you can see on my hand, are really similar as well. They're both lipstick formula, so I haven't got any matte on my lips. I used to wear matte all the time, but then I'd get the line here and it just used to look silly. So for the past few months I've been loving lipsticks and I've been loving these two, so yeah. Right, last but not least, finally, I feel like I've been rambling on for ages. Setting spray. Right, you guys know I can't do my makeup or finish my makeup without setting it with setting spray. It's like the #1 rule. I'm like, you have to do it. So I've always used the MDK All Nighter. I purchased this myself recently because I love it so much. I do get sent things from them, but I don't know, I was just buying things and I was like, oh, I won't email them, I'll just buy it myself because I love it so much. So yeah, I use this all the time. And recently I've also been using this, and there's literally, how much of it's left? this much left. It just goes to show I need to buy a new one. This is the Revolution Rose Fizz Makeup Setting Spray. I honestly think these two are so similar, it's crazy. The consistency of them, the way that they both spray, and also my makeup locks in place. I took this one away with me when I went to Turkey, I think it was. Yeah, Turkey last year, and my makeup wasn't going anywhere. Like, it was literally, like, in the heat it just stayed on so well. So these are both the two that I go for, and I think they're both insane. So yeah, these two are incredible. I'm really sorry, I completely forgot I didn't see this one on the side. The last item that I wanted to show you guys are liners. Now, the one I use all the time, or did use, was the Benefit roller liner, which is incredible. I just love using a felt tip. I find it so much easier and just more precise on your eyes. I just feel like it's easier. And then recently Rimmel sent me their Wonder Ink liner, and it's incredible, honestly. The applicator is so similar, if not identical. I'll show you the difference. Like, surely, I just don't really understand. They just look identical. I don't really get it. So yeah, this one I've been loving at the moment. It's basically the same as the Benefit one. So if you've always wanted to try the Benefit one, try the new Wonder Ink by Rimmel, because it's basically identical. Like, it's so weird. Anyway, my lovelies, the video is finally up. I'm so sorry it's just been so long. I feel like I just ramble on, and I'm so passionate about makeup and just talking to you guys about it, and I want to get all my points across that it's like half an hour later and I'm like, great, I've got to like get this done a bit. But yeah, I really do hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys enjoy this style of video as well, comparing products from like higher end to dupes, or drugstore dupes and things like that. So let me know in the comments down below if you did enjoy it, and be sure to check out the description box down below, where I will leave all the links to the drugstore and high-end products that I showed you guys in today's video. Also, leave me any video requests in the comments down below. As you can see, this was a video requested by one of you guys, so I want to keep up to chat with you guys and listen to you all the time and film any videos that you guys want me to film. But anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Come and say hi to me over on my Instagram page. I've got my personal Instagram page, my home Instagram, and also Amy Rose Cosmetics, which I will love you guys to follow. Like, I will literally love it so much, because exciting things are happening on there. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye!